Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is, she still loves her ex? I got an email here from a guy who's been dating this gal for about 3 months, and she basically tells him that she loves him, but she's not in love with him, and she's still in love with her ex-boyfriend, and that she wants to go back to the ex-boyfriend, but she wants to keep him as a friend and still hang out. And of course he doesn't want to go along with this, so he's wondering what the best way is to go about this. And one thing I want to say about these type of situations is that if you date enough women over time, you will find yourself in a situation where you started dating someone and then all of a sudden things are going great, and then like right out of the blue, hey, I'm getting back together with my boyfriend that I broke up with 6 months ago. So the thing to keep in mind is when you meet women, you start dating women, you don't know what guys are still in her life, guys that she dated, guys that she's just been hooking up with, ex-boyfriends, ex-fiancés. I mean, you never know. And a lot of times, because you're not talking about these things, it's like, why bring them up anyways? But what happened to me one time was I was dating a gal, and it was about 3 weeks we were going. Everything was great, and then all of a sudden, she just got cold. She, took longer to return my phone calls back, and I didn't think anything of it. And I just kind of blew her off because I could tell, something was flaky, and I figured, must be some other dude in the picture or something like that, because I know I hadn't fucked anything up, and at this particular time that this happened, I knew what I was doing with women at that point. But what I realized, I ran into her, I don't know, 6, 7 months later, and what had happened was she got back together with an ex-boyfriend that she had broken up like 6 months before we even started dating. And it's like, where does that come out of the blue? So you never know what's going on inside a woman emotionally and where her interest level is at. And when you first start dating a woman, and even though you may be doing everything right, she could still dump you for an ex-boyfriend. And so I always teach guys to do is to practice infinite patience. And you want to practice infinite patience. Simple things like phone calls, like you leave a message for her, you got to wait for her to call you back. And a lot of women, if you ask them, they'll tell you, like when they first start dating a guy, they'll wait to call him back. They may wait until, like, if he calls and leaves a message, they might not call him back till the next day. And they're doing it on purpose because they want to see if he can hold out, or if if she doesn't call him after a few hours, he just starts blowing up her phone. Because that's what she's looking for. She's looking for the weak and needy guys, and most of the guys that women are going to meet are going to be like that. And so that's just one of the ways that women use to scrutinize and screen out the stalkers or the weak guys, the ones that just don't get it. It's just a simple thing like that, exercising emotional self-control. Because most guys, when they're in this position, they're worried about losing her, losing the chick that they're dating or that they want to some other guy. And so they're constantly trying to reassure themselves of where they stand in the relationship. And so it causes them to do and say things that are constantly communicating, hey, where do I stand? Do you still like me? Do you care about me? How come you didn't call me back right away? It just causes a woman to go, ugh. I mean, basically what these guys are doing is they're acting ultra feminine. And of course, it's going to turn the woman off, and they're going to get dumped. So let's go through this email here. And he says, hi, Corey, I'm stuck and I don't know what to do. My girl of 3 months just told me she still loves her ex. She wants me to move on and not to wait for her. She wants me to be happy. She says she's sorry for hurting me and making me believe I had a chance with her. She says she still loves me but isn't in love with me. She tells me all she wants is for me to be happy. She says that the only way I'll be happy is if she makes me let her go forever. However, she tells me that she loves my company and still wants it. Now here's what I'd say to her. I'd say, you know what, I think it's great that you're exploring your feelings with your ex-boyfriend, and you should know where those go. And it's like, if you want to hang out and hook up or date him, it's like, I don't care, I'm going to continue dating other women. But if you want to continue to hang out with me, I'm not interested in ending our intimate relationship. I'm not interested in becoming your male girlfriend. I'm not interested in becoming your buddy and just hanging out all the time. I mean, I want you. I desire you. And I'm not going to give that up. And if you're telling me that the only way that you want to still hang out with me, but then I can't touch you and we can't still make love, it's like, I'm not interested. And so if that's what you want, then like, I'm not interested, but you know, give me a call if you change your mind. And if you're telling me that the only way we can still hang out and talk is if we're just friends, then I'm not interested, but give me a call if you change your mind, because I love hanging out with you. I have a lot of fun. And so, hey, you know, my attitude is you can see where things go with this other guy, but let's still hang out and enjoy what we have. But I'm not going to end our intimate relationship. But if you want to, then great. You know, give me a call if it doesn't work out. And when you say that to her, or text it however you want, because, you know, what's going to happen is she's going to continue to try to get you to be her friend. You know, you may say it and she'll go, okay, she'll go along with it, and then a week or two go by, and the ex-boyfriend's kind of doing things well, and she's already emotionally invested in this guy. And so you have to have this infinite patience. You have to have a detached attitude to the outcome. It's like, hey, whatever, you know, she knows that you're dating other women. She's maybe hooking up with the ex-boyfriend. And either way, it's like when women push you too far, they have to know that you'll walk and never look back. And so here she's trying to change your relationship, and you don't want to go along with that. And so that's why you have to stick to what you want. And if she wants to change the relationship, you say, hey, I don't care if you want to date this other guy, because we're not committed. We're just hanging out, having a good time. But, you know, I'm not going to become your male girlfriend. And you have to constantly stick to that, because she'll test you today, and then she'll go, okay. But then a week or two from now, she'll bring the same thing up, but she'll bring it up in a way that's different than she did the first time, seeing if she can get you to compromise. And if you compromise, it communicates that you're weak, and she'll put you in friendship zone, and you'll get nowhere with her. I mean, look at it this way. I mean, famous people do this too. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of the famous supermodel Cindy Crawford. Well, in the 90s, she was married to Richard Gere, who's also a very famous and good-looking dude. Well, when her marriage didn't work out to Richard Gere, who was one of the first guys that she called? Randy Gerber. And who is he? Well, he was the guy that she was dating before she hooked up with Richard Gere. And so what happened? Well, they ended up getting back together and dating, and I mean, they've been together, I think they've been married for over 10 years. They got like a 10-year-old daughter. I know that because she was all over the media recently, because she was like 10 years old and she was modeling, and everybody was saying, oh, you know, it's too young for her, that kind of shit. But the point being is celebrities do this crap too, and you know, the reason I bring this up is because all women respond the same way. When you understand the things that I talk about, women are going to respond the way they respond. And that's it. And so if you can leave the door open to where they can come back, just, hey, give me a call. I mean, that's the way I am with all of my former ex-girlfriends. I mean, half of them aren't going to work out in the relationships they're with, even if they get married. And it's just, you know, like when I look back over the past 10, 12 years or so, that's what I see. You know, when my phone lights up and I see it's one of my girlfriends I haven't heard from in a while, I say, oh, well, she must have broken up with so-and-so. And she probably wants to hang out, and, you know, oh, what a shame it'd be to get together and make love again. Just, you know, because it's kind of relationship. That's the way I leave it with my ex-girlfriends. It's like I love them. I want them to be happy. Obviously, there was a point in our relationship where we were no longer intimate and we were going in different directions, but the friendship didn't end. And so the door is always there, and they hook up with somebody else, you know, rebound, whatever you want to call it. I love them unconditionally. It's like, hey, baby, how are you? How you been? You broke up with your boyfriend? Oh, that's too bad. Well, you know what? I will always love you, and I will always cherish you, and I think you should grab a bottle of Moët. I've got some freshly squeezed orange juice here, and we'll make some mimosas. You can come over and you can tell me all about it. What time are you coming over? 7 o'clock? Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing you, honey. I've missed you. All right, baby. I love you. Bye. And that's how I am. We always talk like this to each other, and so that's never going to change. And even if maybe it's one of the girls I haven't talked to in a year or two or a couple of years, it's like I don't care. It's just the way I am. You always want to be charming. You leave the door open. Hey, it's, you know, either way, you can take it or leave it. That's what being detached to the outcome is all about. And then basically, you know, it's like looking through here at your email. I mean, I would say you don't know the material in my book well enough yet, and so you need to go back and you need to read that again. But just, you know, say like just what I discussed. That's all I wrote it down also in the actual article itself, so you can read it. It's on the page. But that's what you say to her, and that's what you always say to her. That's going to be the truth today, and it'll be the truth 6 months from now or 6 years from now. That's just the attitude you should take with all women. And then, because, hey, you never know. It might be 6 months from now, and maybe you're in a dry spell, and boom, your phone, hey, look who it is. Hey, honey, how are you? How you been? Oh, you broke up? Oh, that's really terrible. I mean, let's get together, have a drink. You know, let's talk. You tell me all about it. Oh, don't worry about it. I promise after we spend a couple hours together, you'll be right as rain. And if you play your cards right, maybe you'll even get lucky, and I'll throw in some rebound sex for you. I mean, that's all you have to do. It's an awesome way to be. So if you find this message of value, you could show your appreciation by going down to the Wibia toolbar if you're watching this video on my website and click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located on the Wibia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic you'd like me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab, which is on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 3 or 4 paragraphs max detailing your situation or your questions or your challenges. And just give me several days to get back to you, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of email from my paying phone coaching customers. But be patient, and I will get back with you. And if you want to talk to me right away, you can book a paid phone coaching session by clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.